This is the tutorial video for It's a Small World. We're going to have a look at the chords, then the strumming pattern, and then we're going to look at the layout of the piece and practice the chorus and the verses and see how you put them together. And then you can play along next week with the sing-along. Okay, so starting with the chords, and the chords are not too tricky. You've got a G and then a G7. You've also got a D7, a C and an A minor. So those are the 5 chords you've got to deal with on this piece. Now let's start with that G and the G7 because that's probably the trickiest transition you're going to have to make, just because you're probably not used to playing them both in the same piece. Normally we play a G or a G7 throughout a piece. So this is a bit unusual having to do one after the other, but it sounds really nice when you do. Let's start with the G. We know how to play a G. Blue stickers if you've got them on your ukulele. 1, 2, 3. And a G. Now G7 is 1, 2, 3. So it's very similar, but it's sort of inverted G. So there's your G, and there's your G7. It sounds like this. So it's got that higher 7th note that you can hear there in the pitch. So that's your G and your G7. Now if you just have a look at what you do with your fingers there, I'm taking my bottom finger and I'm moving that to there. I'm taking my third finger, moving that to there. My second finger stays where it is. So I'm pivoting on my second finger, like that. I'm moving my first finger to there, my third finger down to there. My second finger stays all the time where it is. So the G becomes G7. Have a look at the diagram and take a moment to get your head around that if that's not clear. And then play along. Let's try 2 strums on the G to the G7. G, G7, G, G7, G, G7, G, G7, one more time, G, G7. Okay, and you can hear that nice difference. It's a really nice combination. Now, let's look at the other tricky chord that we haven't done a lot of before, and that's the D7. Now for D7, you put your second finger right across the whole 2nd fret, then put your third finger where you would for the C on the 3rd fret, and you get this nice D7 sound. Have a go. It's a bit of a strained sound because you're really pinning all the strings down, so they get a bit twangy if you're not careful. You've got to make sure you're really pinning them in the right place, and you've got to have quite a bit of strength in your finger to do that. So that is the D7. Have a look at the diagram again to help you with that. Then we've got the A minor and our C. And those are the chords. So nothing too difficult, but the G and the G7 and the D7 might be a little bit of a challenge, so just spend a bit of time on that. Now the strumming pattern is so easy, there's no difficulty in this at all. If we just do it on a G, it's a simple down, down, up strumming pattern. With just a nice long first strum. And that's all there is to it really, so the strumming pattern is very nice and simple. Right, let's have a look at the chorus, because the chorus also doubles up as the introduction. So let's do the introduction and then we'll add the words and we'll have a go at playing through that so you can see how that fits together. So the chorus starts with the G, D7, G, C, and then it finishes with the D7 and G. So it sounds a bit like this, just the chords. See if you can follow them if you can with the simple down, down, up strumming pattern. And then we can go into either the first verse, or depending on where we are, the second verse, or it repeats at the end as well. So let's add the words and see if we can put the whole thing together for the chorus now. So that would have been the introduction, and this now doubles up as the chorus. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. and at the end of the piece we play the chorus twice, and then on the second version just fade off nice and quietly at the end. Okay, let's have a look at the verse. So there's two verses and they both run in exactly the same way with the chord structure. So let's just sing through and play the first verse so you can see how that fits together. So it starts with a G to a D7 like this. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. Then it goes back to the G. It's a world of hopes and a world of fears. Then we're going to do that pattern we practiced. We're going to do G to G7 to C to A minor. The four really lock together nicely. Have a listen. There's so much that we share that it's time we're aware. Then it just finishes off with the D7 and back to the G. It's a small world after all. Okay, let's try that one more time with the whole thing together without any breaks. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of hopes and a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time we're aware. It's a small world after all. It's a very short piece, so there's not a lot to it, and we play verse, well, we do the introduction, then we play verse 1, then we do the chorus, verse 2, and then we do the chorus twice. Like I say, just fade and slow down at the very end of that. And that's all there is to it. So just spend a bit of time on those chords. A couple of tricky chords in there, but nothing you can't handle. It's a lovely piece, great for our younger listeners, but anyone also who just enjoys a good song. So have fun with it. Thank you.